Daf Yomi, Tractate Bava, page 51a, part 2. Just a few lines from the bottom. I try to keep the videos 15 minutes or less, or if it goes a little bit over 15 minutes, but last video went a little bit over 15 minutes, so that's generally how we try to do part B, when we do a part 2. So it's a few lines from the bottom of 51a, and with the words Umimai Dilachiyuve Basra. The Gemara continues to ask about the opinion of the rabbis, and even if they derive from the verse that only one person is liable for damage caused through the pit, from where do they know that the Torah intends to render specifically the latter one liable for the damage? Perhaps it is to render the first one who started the digging liable for the damage. The Gemara answers, it should not enter your mind to suggest this, since the verse states, and the carcass shall be for him, the Hames Yelo, Exodus 21:34. This indicates that it is the one who causes the death, that is, the second one, who is liable, and not the first. This is because it is the second one who completed digging the necessary depth for causing death, and not the first. The Gemara asks, but isn't this clause, and the carcass shall be for him, necessary for that which Rava states, as Rava says with regard to a disqualified consecrated ox that fell into a pit? The pit's owner is exempt, as it is stated, and the carcass shall be for him. Evidently, the verse is stated with regard to a case where the carcass belongs to him. This ox, which was consecrated and subsequently disqualified, does not fully belong to anybody, since its use is restricted. Since this verse serves to teach Rava's ruling, it cannot serve to teach about the liability of the second digger. The sages said in response, can't you learn from the words and emphasis of the verse by itself that we are dealing with the one who caused the animal's death, even if these words are also used to derive Rava's ruling? Therefore, the verse can serve as a source for both rulings. On a similar subject, the sages taught, in a case of one who digs a pit to a depth of 10 handbreadths, and another comes and completes the depth to 20 handbreadths by digging an additional 10 handbreadths, and another comes and completes it to 30, they are all liable for any damage caused by this pit. The Gemara comments, and one can raise a contradiction against this from a Braita. In a case of one who digs a pit to a depth of 10 handbreadths, and another came and plastered it and cemented it, the latter is liable for damage, and not the first.